I'm here to recite 3 of my poems for you, but I'm also here to talk about lines. Not the lines that we write, but the lines that we say to each other and the invisible barrier that those words create. But first, let's talk about dumpsters. Yeah. So one day, it's about 10 years ago, I looked out my window into the alley and I saw a man who was homeless digging through one of those big blue rolling dumpsters. So I went out and offered him a sandwich. And he looked at me with his sunburned face and said a profound line I'll never forget. "Thanks, lady!" It was the first time in my life anyone had ever called me lady. And it was weird. So years later, I was thinking of that children's film, Lady and the Tramp, the one with the cartoon dogs from different socioeconomic backgrounds. I remember the beautifully illustrated street scenes in that film. And I thought of the title Lady. And I remembered the man who had first called me lady. And I became saddened by our definitions. I was saddened by that invisible line between what we can have and what we can't, who we are and who we are not. So I wrote this poem about it. It's called Hey Lady, Thanks Lady. Pretty inner city, pink and evergreen with the click-clack, lip-smack, filling up the street. I noticed in a moment that the beauty around me was as fleeting as aromas of pine and evergreen. Evergreen won't grow along my bow. I'm laden with the spruces and I'm the last to know. The needles are scratching and sticking into me that there is glory in the land that I'll never get to see. I'm all I'll ever get. I'm all I'll ever be. I'll never be another woman. Boulevards I'll never see. Ribbons in their hair, designed to underwear with the velvet leather whiplash, and who was there to care? The purses and the pouches and the pooches, all to show that I'm laden with the punches, and I'm the last to know. I forgot about the grooming, but his beauty all the same. And while they're scraping at their follicles, I'm picking out a name. I'm all I'll ever get. I'm all I'll ever be. I'll never be another woman. Boulevards I'll never see. Television, you're a vision. I'm a wishing I could breathe the same air as the Joan of Arc, the beauty and the beast. I'm a brandishing my sword, see my reflection in the blade. But I'll never meet a dragon, so I'll never get to slay the looking glasses of the past, and all I've got is mirrors that I bought at a department store of 700 tears. I'm all I'll ever get. I'm all I'll ever be. I'll never be another woman. Boulevards I'll never see. Here I am as what I am. Do what I can to conquer me. Split lip intuition by Beedole and Amelie. I'm as dubious and onerous and honorable as I can be. One faded little emerald in a gallery of green. I've decided I'm unnumbered by the things I want to be. So I'm tucking in my turtle shell and drifting out to sea. I'm all I'll ever get. I'm all I'll ever be. I'll never be another woman. Boulevards I'll never see. So, thank you. Thank you. Now you know one of my secrets. That poem was inspired by a dumpster and a Disney movie. For real. One I wasn't even watching, I was just thinking about, and I was moved. People often ask where artists come up with this stuff, because they believe we're separated by some mystical barrier. But that line between you and creative expression doesn't exist. You just have to step beyond what you think you are, beyond what other people have told you you are. One of my first creative writing teachers told me that what I was writing wasn't poetry and to change it. She took a red marker and she drew a line between me and the art I love. But I kept writing it. I had to. And I found that practice turns fear into courage every time. Today, poetry is my per diem. It's also the title of my next poem. Profound perfume and the smoke of the plume, the ashes between my beliefs. So winded the weather sends bow to the breeze. And concoctions empty and bland without salt. We're dire in the pantry and it's all our fault. Weren't watching the windows, weren't counting the gulls when the candle then flickered and the bell holler rose. Hooves rode up the main street through town. I watched from a tower since no one let me down. So death came and went, leaving me so alive. The weather is parted by a rip in the sky. Forever entrenched in that dormant delight. Or so it would seem when the light hits the eyes. For twice I have withered, for three then so bold to pour out what's given to go looking for gold. The demise of the valley when the flame is then thrown, and the whispers that splinter when we're left alone. It's befitting due course to then buckle the knees. No one way to Sunday come twice in 1 week, and the thorn in our stomach is churned into rot, and the tune we were born with is the one we forgot. See, we write our own story, we make our own beds, but these pillows aren't fit for our heavy heads. So light up the fires, I like what I see, for whatever is stirring, there's something ancient in me. Forget the leaves twitching at the crest of the peak, when all that we wanted was to rest in our sleep. And duress of days gone and duress of breeze, done telling the weather just how it should be. The gale in the middle and the blood of the wind is rapping on doors, high towers and taverns, too true to be downcast in the dirt with our sticks, locking our bets and wringing our hands. We wake up and upright, we walk somewhere else, to treasure a torrent, but at least we'll sleep well. If we spent less time categorizing ourselves and each other, then we'd live better lives. We start by paying more attention to what is felt than what is seen. This takes practice, but it will change your life. My final poem is about that. It's called Home, Hell or High Water. Will you guard my back? Will you sing my name? Will you grip my hand as we release the reins? Will your yes mean yes, and your no be plain? Will you walk with me despite terrain? When the winds blow, when the lights go, when the candlesticks have melted and it's Arctic in the cosmos, you're my northern star and my eastern sun. You're both firelight and the rain in one. You're a pure white stone and you cut me through, so keep coming home to me, 'cause I'm coming home to you. I've known you well, but each day much less, because your mind is wide and your soul is depth. And no matter what else out there that I may see, I'll keep coming home to you, 'cause you're coming home to me, where we'll cook and drink and smoke, and we'll roar and laugh and snore, and we'll tell each other things we haven't told a soul before. And no matter the outrageousness that we find to be true, keep coming home to me, 'cause I'm coming home to you. As the world's a filthy place, and sometimes I'm muddy too. But it's also a big garden in which I will bloom for you. And the fragrance of our love will cause a pain to wilt, and the petals of your words will turn my blood to silk. But if our fire fades to ashes, and our garden drowns to blue, then we'll chop down all the forests until our fire burns anew, and we'll bail out all the floods until they're reduced to dew. Come hell or high water, I'm coming home to you. So keep coming home to me, 'cause I'm coming home to you. Keep coming home to me, 'cause I'm coming home to you. Where I will guard your back, and I will sing your name. I will grip your hands, we release the reins. And my yes means yes, and my no is plain. And I will walk with you despite terrain.